The universe can feel it.
And this is Steve, and his phone is ringing. I guess, like, you know, Saved by the Bell or something is going on right now. So, Steve Schappert, how are you?
Doing well.
Yeah?
It's been almost a little over a year now.
Yeah, but you know, the day that I met you that first time has been an impactful day because, you know, I played with the ReW once for the first time, and I'm playing with them tonight. And we're going to Vermont this weekend to play a bunch of gigs and to do a ReW WhO in Vermont. And they have been in my life ever since that day I met you. I know the date, June 5th.
There you go.
It was June 5th.
Take the credit.
And you can say what that is. It was Greenfest.
Greenfest.
So you want to say what that's about?
Greenfest was a rock and roll battle of the bands, so to speak. We had 23 bands come up to play in New Haven. We had a 72 Mustang that we outfitted with a hydrogen generator.
Yeah, I wanted. It was like the Batmobile. It was the coolest car. And where is that car right now?
It's now a Blue Mobile.
Why?
We actually got it painted.
Ah.
It looks a little shinier now.
Oh, really?
The car is in Brookfield. We had all kinds of work done on it and donated while we were on the road trip.
Because you went across the country.
All over. We went from Connecticut down to Florida, across to California, up to Oregon, and then straight across.
All on water?
No, not on water. All in search of making the car run on water. We drove from Connecticut all the way to Oregon with a system that didn't work. We couldn't get the manufacturer to call back. I'm on ABC, NBC, CNN going, yup, here it is. Doesn't work. Can't get it to work.
So you used gas?
We used gas the whole way.
So it cost you a lot of money?
Yeah. Fortunately, we had donations come in on our PayPal account that helped us get across the country.
Nice.
We got to Oregon, and a guy named Kevin West said, hey, stop by, got a gift for you. He put a new system in. We started driving, immediately got a 17% increase in gas mileage, and then they gave me a list of things. Don't ever do this.
Oh, like Letterman's Top 10?
Okay, don't ever do this. Okay, so I got home to Brookfield, Connecticut, and I said, but I learned a few things on the trip, and I think if I do this, this, and this, I might blow that up, but I think I can increase the mileage. I blew it up twice, but after rebuilding it, I've got it up to a 58% increase in gas mileage.
Wow, so how far can you go?
Well, it now gets 27.4 miles to the gallon. It's back in the shop, and we're totally, just last week, Pete and I were supposed to travel all up through Canada in the car. A nut fell off the air filter, through the carburetor, into the manifold, down into the intake, and landed in the cylinder.
It sounds like the Princess and the Pea.
Had to take the entire engine apart, so the car is now, the engine is basically in pieces.
So do you think of this car as a blessing or a curse?
That's a good way to look at it.
Yeah,
but I would say that it's definitely been a blessing and will be a blessing. I mean, the car did need work, and now because of a crisis, we ended up taking the whole thing apart, and people stepped forward and said, here, let me come over on a Friday night, drive from West Haven to Brookfield an hour with his wife to spend 3 hours to work on the car. I'll come back anytime you want. So we're just stripping it, putting it all back together, and doing the same thing with a hydrogen system. Within 2 months, we should get a 100% increase in gas mileage.
Wow. And you really believe in it?
I totally believe it.
So what's this BIOS? What is BIOS?
BIOS is a concept that I created about 7 years ago. I was a builder. That was kind of cool. And then I got into panelized building, and people said, what's that? You build trailers? And I said, no. So let's become a zero energy builder. Then people go, whoa, what? Really? You build houses that don't use energy. So we started doing that, started building a 15,000
And what is a house that doesn't use energy?
You build it very energy efficient, and then you outfit it with energy efficient heating and cooling systems.
With solar?
So solar is one, geothermal,
Do you live in a house like that?
I do not. I was going to 3 years ago. We got the foundation in, 15,000 square foot was going to be my home and environmental art gallery and an energy museum in my office. And October 8th, the economy crashed and my investor took me to lunch, and he really took me to lunch.
So what do you think about Al Gore?
Good guy, good cause, not sure of his political future, but I think even he thinks his place in the world is not politics, it's doing what he's doing. So
And what do you think about global warming? Do you think it's for real?
at this point, I would have to say it is for real. How could it not be for real?
Why? Give me
Are
an
we-
example. Give me an example. Because, you know, on this day, September 21st, in 1966, like 5 inches of rain fell in New York City. Last Wednesday, on this date, or in history, there was like Hurricane Edna from 1936, which caused over $5 million worth of damage in New York City. So it's like, they're just saying like hurricanes, oh my gosh, it's global warming like in 2000, but it's happened before.
It happened before, but it's a matter of how regularly is it happening, and how many do you see coming, and how much ice is melting
That I
on
agree.
the North Pole,
Yeah.
and how much is melting on the South Pole. And you know what? People in New Zealand are seeing icebergs, practically in the backyard. I'm sorry, that's just
Right. Yeah.
not quite
So
normal.
what do you think is
The
going to
last-
happen?
The last ice age was actually the result of a 4-degree increase in global temperature. Well,
It feels
last-
cold out.
last year I drove all the way around the country in the month of August. Every single day, no matter where I was in
Right.
the country, it was 100 degrees plus.
Really?
I live in Brookfield, Connecticut. Growing up as a kid, you think, it's going to be 85 degrees today. It would hit 90 degrees, and you go, oh my God, it's the end of the world. It's so hot. It was 100. It's been 100 degrees. 100 days. It's never 100 degrees.
Well, it
So
certainly
are
wasn't
we-
this August.
Are we at that 4-degree plus? Or are we at the 10-degree plus?
I don't know.
Because the last ice age only took 10 years.
And what happened when it turned
To
into the
happen.
ice age?
Basically, the north half of North America.
So what do you think will happen?
Glacier.
What do you think will happen in the next 5 years?
I'm really not that pessimistic guy.
Okay, that's good.
I'm thinking that we all might start to get it and start to make a difference. And when people come to me and go, oh, but we can't possibly have, it's not us, we're not doing anything. When was the last time you drove through Phoenix? Okay? Look at the skyline. Phoenix is in a bowl. So you look down over the valley and it's just one giant brown cloud. That's just not the way it's
What is it exactly that you are? Like, what are you here to say? Like, what is your mission?
My mission is to promote things that are green, healthy, holistic, organic, sustainable, and energy efficient in a cost-effective way.
That's a big,
And the
big
most
ticket.
important thing is
Beating
don't-
China.
beating China. That's good. I mean, keep it home, keep it American.
How
But
are you
more
going to do that part?
importantly,
That's the $60 million question, and that's the question that the whole country's facing, that the planet's facing. China's out producing us we don't produce. So do you know that the Brooklyn or the bridge in San Francisco is being rebuilt, right?
Yep.
Who do you think's rebuilding it? Who do you
let
think's
me take a
rebuilding
wild
the
guess.
biggest bridge in
We
the world?
outsource most of our
China.
technology.
China's building the bridge. You know why they build the
Exactly.
bridge? They're building the bridge because they make all the parts.
Right.
Everything's
And we're so
But that's,
unionized. We're so unionized in this country that we can't afford to build our own bridges because the unions are demanding so much per worker that they're saying, "Well, hell, we'll go to China." You know that's what's happening.
I do know that's happening.
So what are we
and
supposed
I
to do?
also know that that's the economic half of the equation, and I'm focused on the environmental side.
Excellent.
Whether
think that's
we
excellent.
do it or whether China does
It
it,
doesn't matter.
we really have to face the fact that we all have to do it.
All right, we're going to
It's
take a
not ours.
quick break, and then we're going to come back on a lighter note and get a skeleton from your closet because it's National Pecan Cookie Day. We want to give you a cookie for your skeleton.
All right.
All right, we'll be right back.
Will inspire